Hi friends, once again, welcome back to my channel. Today we can see Introduction to Fungal Classification. Before that, we have to know about the fungal taxonomy. Fungal taxonomy, it involves the nomenclature, identification and classification of fungus. That is, we have to identify the fungus, then we have to name the fungus, and then it is classified into different groups based on their properties. Then we all know that the fungus they are included in the kingdom fungi by R.H. Whittaker in his 5 kingdom classification. Initially fungus they are included in plants or kingdom Plantae. Later on it was found that fungus they are having some special properties and they must be grouped in a different kingdom, that is kingdom fungi, and later on R.H. Whittaker he introduced the 5 kingdom classification, that is he classified fungus into a separate kingdom as kingdom fungi. Other kingdoms are kingdom Monera, kingdom Protista, kingdom Plantae, kingdom Animalia. Therefore we can see 5 kingdoms and the fungi they are involved in kingdom fungi. Coming to some important characteristics of fungus, we have already heard about these characteristics. Fungi they are eukaryotic organisms, then they are existing as yeast molds or dimorphic forms, then they are capable of causing various infections, some can act as parasites also. Then these fungus they are causing mainly infections in human beings and animals, and the infections caused by fungus they are called mycosis collectively. They may be superficial, cutaneous, subcutaneous, systemic infections based on the site of infection. Then they can also cause some allergic diseases. Some fungi they can produce toxins. The toxins are called mycotoxins. These mycotoxins they are playing an important role in food poisoning. Then fungi, coming to the cellular organization, they are eukaryotic cells. They can exist as unicellular or multicellular forms. Unicellular forms we all know that yeast. The microscopic yeast it is a unicellular form and it is reproducing mainly by budding. Then similarly multicellular forms are long filamentous forms. They are molds and they are forming hyphae, and this hyphae they form mycelium and etc. We have already heard about this in the previous sessions. Then fungi they are heterotrophic organisms, that is they cannot make food. Then they are mainly digesting the food materials outside their body, that is they are secreting hydrolytic enzymes into the surrounding medium so that they can digest the food particles and then absorb, that is absorptive nutrition or halophytic nutrition. Then coming to the classification of fungus, that is it is designed mainly for practical application. Fungi they are classified mainly for practical application and also for diagnostic purpose. Nomenclature of fungus, it is mainly binomial nomenclature. We have already heard about binomial nomenclature. The system it was introduced by Carolus Linnaeus. And here we can see a generic name and a species name, that is Aspergillus niger. For example, Aspergillus it is a generic name or genus and niger it is the species name. Species they are collected in genera, genera in families, families in orders and orders in classes, etc. Here we can see in the case of families we are adding suffix ACA. In the case of families we are adding ACA. Then in orders we are adding ales. Then in classes we are adding mycets. Okay. Different suffixes are added based on the genera, family, orders and classes. Then different fungal classification systems are available, but we are following the classification system introduced in 1979 by Alexopoulos and Mims. They place the fungi including the slime molds in kingdom Mycetae. And this is the fungal classification. Here we can see the kingdom Mycetae or fungi. It is divided into divisions called Gymnomycota, Mastigomycota and Amastigomycota. This Gymnomycota, Mastigomycota and Amastigomycota, they are further divided into subdivisions called Gymnomycota into 2 subdivisions, that is Acrasio mycotina, then Plasmodio Gymnomycotina. Then here Mastigomycota it is divided into Haplomastigomycotina and Diplomastigomycotina. Okay, then Amastigomycota it is divided into 4 subdivisions, that is Zygomycotina, Ascomycotina and Basidiomycotina, and also form class or subdivision Deuteromycotina. Okay, the four subdivisions are Zygomycotina, Ascomycotina, Basidiomycotina, and Deuteromycotina. Later on, it is again subdivided into classes, that is ending in mycetes, that is acrasiomycetes. Then the only class present in Acrasiogymnomycotina is acrasiomycetes. Then in the case of Plasmodiogymnomycotina, we can see two classes, that is protosteliomycetes and myxomycetes. Then in the case of Haplomastigomycotina, we can see three classes. They are chytridiomycetes, then hypochytridiomycetes, Plasmodiophoromycetes. Then Diplomastigomycotina contains a single class, that is oomycetes. In Zygomycotina, we can see zygomycetes and trichomycetes. Ascomycotina, we can see ascomycetes and only ascomycetes. In Basidiomycotina, we can see basidiomycetes. In Deuteromycotina, we can see deuteromycetes. These deuteromycetes, they are called form class deuteromycetes because they are lacking the sexual mode of reproduction. So they are called imperfect fungus or incomplete fungus. So they are called form class deuteromycetes. Instead of class deuteromycetes, they are called form class deuteromycetes. Coming to the subclass, we can see acrasiomycetes, they are having two subclasses, that is Acrasiomycetidae, then Dictyosteliomycetidae. Then in the case of myxomycetes, we can see three subclasses, that is Serratio or Caratio myxomycetidae, then Myxogastromycetidae and Stemonitomycetidae. Then in the case of ascomycetes, we can see five classes, subclasses. They are Hemiascomycetidae, Plectomycetidae, Hymenoascomycetidae, then Labolbeniomycetidae, then Localoascomycetidae. In the case of Basidiomycetes, we can see three subclasses, that is Holobasidiomycetidae, Phragmobasidiomycetidae and Teleomycetidae. In the case of form class deuteromycetes, we can see three subclasses, Blastomycetidae, then Coelomycetidae and Hyphomycetidae. So this is the main outline of fungal classification by Alexopoulos and Mims. Coming to the details, we can see again kingdom Mycetae. It is divided into division Gymnomycota, division Mastigomycota and division Emastigomycota. So we can see three divisions under kingdom Fungi. Then coming to Gymnomycota, here we can see two subdivisions, Acrasiogymnomycotina and Plasmodiogymnomycotina, and it has classes, that is Acrasiogymnomycotina has a single class, that is Acrasiomycetes, and Plasmodiogymnomycotina has two classes, that is Protosteliomycetes and Myxomycetes. Then coming to the second division, Mastigomycota, subdivisions are Haplomastigomycotina, subdivision Diplomastigomycotina, classes are Chytridiomycetes, Hypochytridiomycetes and Plasmodiophoromycetes. In the case of Diplomastigomycotina subdivision, only a single class can be seen, that is oomycetes. Coming to the last division, that is Emastigomycota. Here we can see four subdivisions, Zygomycotina, Ascomycotina, Basidiomycotina and Deuteromycotina. These subdivisions are again divided into classes. They are Zygomycetes, that is class Zygomycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes and form class Deuteromycetes. That's all about the introduction to fungal classification, and we can see the classification in detail in the next sessions. Hope you all understand the session. Thank you. Have a nice day.